Hello, this is Mary. I am co-founder of FAnBase, and I'm here today to teach you how to use our website. One of the reasons, or two of the reasons Emily and I started this organization and created this website is because we recognized some of the needs that are out there for women just like us. We experienced these firsthand and identified them, and so we wanted to create some resources so that you could use these to help your own lives, but also to share them with others. Now, two of the reasons that the needs that we identified is that people want more authentic conversations. They want to see fertility awareness and NFP for what it is and how it's lived out. And people want to know that there are method options and what do each options entail. And so this is largely what inspired us. Now, but what we have been able to do is we created a huge website, right? So there's if you visited the website, by the way, that's fanbase.org, FAbM, BASE.org, then you know that there's a lot of information if you've kind of poked around here and there. But what we understand is that maybe not everybody has poked around. So we want to have some sessions with y'all to kind of teach you what you can find on the website, because it's got so much to offer, and we're afraid that maybe some people might be missing out on some of those things. So today, first of all, if you are listening to this on the podcast, please be aware that on YouTube, this is also going to be shared, where I have shared my screen and I'm going to be actually walking through the website and teaching you how to use it so you can see it. What I'm going to go over today is basically how to find the best method option fit for you. There's two different ways that you can do this on fanbase.org. Okay, so I am going to show you those two ways briefly, and then I'm going to actually walk you through it as briefly as I can. Okay, so here we have the home page. This is fanbase.org, again, FAbM, BASE.org. You see this really pretty, the fertility awareness database where science and real life intersect. NFP for the 21st century. If you keep scrolling down on this homepage, you're going to find the words new to fertility awareness or needing to make a switch. We put this here in the center for like beginners. Like if you were just coming, you don't know much about fertility awareness, you don't know what it is, here are the steps that we've mapped out for you. So I'm going to go directly from here. If you click choose your method, this is going to take you to our method overviews page. Okay, the other way that you can do this is if you put your cursor over this resources tab, you can click method overviews. Now, if you are looking at this on your phone, which we assume most people are going to be doing, you'll see at the top of the page 3 or 4 little lines. You're going to have to click that to access all the resources, to access method overviews, or you can just scroll down on that part as well. Okay, so so I'm going to get into method overviews in a little bit, but the other way to find the method that fits you best is to go over to database. If you're on a laptop or a desktop computer, you're going to see these options at the top. So put your cursor over database and you'll see you'll see the user database and the instructor database pop down. If you're on your phone, you're going to have to click these 3 little lines. I'll show you if you're watching this. I have my phone. The 3 little lines are right underneath our logo. Click that, and then I don't know if you can really see it, but all the resources, or I'm sorry, options are going to pop down. Click databases and then user database that way. Okay, so 2 different ways you can do that. So if you click user database, you'll see this pop up. Okay. This is our page. It basically explains how to use this user database. This is really special, y'all. If y'all haven't had a chance to look through this user database, you might take a minute to look through it, because this is going to be really helpful for you, whether you're trying to look for the method that fits you best, or if you're also just trying to look for some community and solidarity. This was something that we did not expect to happen with this. Like I said, the purpose of this section is to help you find the method that fits you best. But what we kind of accidentally ended up figuring out is that this really helps us like just to some insight, a sneak peek into the lives of others and how they're using different methods and how it's worked for different situations. So I found that to be really helpful for me just to see a little bit about what other people are experiencing. But basically the idea behind this is that we surveyed over 80 women. And we asked, what method are you using? What's your reproductive category? Are you married? Are you single? What are some health issues that you've been going through? So we had this standardized list that we had over 80 women fill out. And you see all of these organized down here in little boxes. You can see it says names: Christy's user questionnaire, Taylor's user questionnaire, Sarah A's user questionnaire. Okay, underneath that, you'll see some emojis. Now, the purpose of these emojis is so that you can have kind of like a quick take look to get an idea of the situation before you click the box and open what they filled out. Now, if you're looking at a laptop or desktop, you won't be able to see the key that's there. We explain the key up here in the instruction, but if you're on your phone, you open it up, you're going to find a question mark right here. Click that question mark, and that explains what each emoji means. So we have different emojis that stand for the different kinds of methods. So symptothermal, mucus only, or symptohormonal. The little couple means that you used it when you were married, learn when you're engaged, if you're single, if you have kids, if you have miscarriage, if you've used it for any health reasons, if you've previously used hormonal birth control, if you've dealt with infertility, or if you have some type of faith or religious background, or if you're secular. So that's what all the emojis mean. Now on the left-hand side, this is when it gets really good. You'll see all these different options, okay? This is so you can find the questionnaires for the women who match your criteria, or whatever criteria you're looking for. Okay, so say this was me, and I was on this, trying to find a method that fit me best years ago, before I discovered really much about NFP or fertility awareness. I would say, like, I suspect I might have endometriosis because I had a lot of pain. So I'd click endometriosis. You don't have to do anything else. You can see it's loading all the people here now. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8 people who have had endometriosis or have suspected it. Okay, those are all the questionnaires that I have to choose from. Okay, you can see mine is right here. Clearly I've filled one of these out. So if we click Alyssa, I'll just pick the first one here. We have a little disclaimer, just X that out. And this is just saying we haven't edited any of these. So just take it for what it's worth. We haven't checked these for accuracy medically or anything like this. This is just real life experiences, which is what we wanted to capture with this user database and really this whole website. You'll find that not every questionnaire has filled out all of these answers, but these are the questions we asked. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What effects has fertility awareness had on your relationship? We gave you the option to put all the different methods you've tried. So first method she tried was Marquette. How did you find your instructor? Describe your daily routine. What made you choose this method? Has charting helped you to understand your overall health? And then at some point she switched to Creighton. How did you find your instructor? And then describe your daily routine. What made you choose this method? Has charting helped you understand your overall health? So this is just like a little bit of a look into, who is this? Alyssa M's user questionnaire and how all of these things worked for her. So I'm not going to go and open these. You can do these yourself, but this kind of gives you some access into the real life experiences of different women. So again, like maybe you just didn't know this was here. So I want you to know this is here, whether or not this is going to be effective or helpful for you. Just know it exists and you can share it with somebody else who may be looking for some solidarity or trying to find how did different women deal with different methods, with different health situations. It's all explained right here. So you don't have to do what I just did, just explain it to all of them. But I do want to share some of the criteria we have listed on the left because it's really interesting. And I will admit the thing that we're lacking, which we hope to provide some more on, is premenopause. Okay, so we are lacking in this questionnaire for women experiencing premenopause. We do hope to change that one day, but I do want to be honest about that. We have some of the categories you can click off and find questionnaires about: adoptive mom, autoimmune disorder, basal body temperature, Billings, Boston cross check, the MTHFR mutation. We have one girl, at least here with who had cancer and went through chemo as she was charting. Really interesting to read about her experience. If you're Catholic, you can see the questionnaires of women who are Catholic. Chronic illness, all the different methods, fibroids, hyperfertility, infertility, long irregular cycles, low progesterone, Lyme disease, married or single, not sexually active, Orthodox, PCOS. Oh, this one is really interesting for me. If you click post-hormonal birth control, here we go. It's not just automatically populating. So I'm waiting. You have 2 pages of, you can see the transition of women who were on birth control, hormonal birth control, and then made the transition to using fertility awareness and how that went. So like I said, this was something, I've never been on birth control, but this was really interesting to kind of get an idea of these different women's experiences. Okay, so that's how you kind of navigate the user database. Okay, one way to find a method that fits you best. Now, if you go over here to resources, go back to method overviews. This is just an objective, factual look at the method breakdown. All right, it kind of teaches you how to use it up here. All right, you can read this. And then we automatically have symptothermal, mucus only. Those are your different 3 types of method options. And you can either scroll down directly from here, or you can click it and it'll take you right to that section and all the methods that are in that section. So click symptohormonal, and here we have an explanation, basically brief explanation of symptohormonal methods. These methods use a combination of hormone testing and tracking other symptoms to determine the opening and closing of the fertile window and monitor health. So we have the materials that are generally used. These are not all required. There's just kind of different materials. These are links. So you can click these links to take you to the actual page where you can purchase these materials. This would be very helpful for someone who's new, if they wanted to start using one of these methods. And then we have the 3 method options: Marquette, Boston Crosscheck, and FAbM. These are all symptohormonal. So just to give you an example of how this could look, we have a link to the Marquette website, the biomarkers that Marquette uses, and we show an option of all the possible biomarkers and just check off the ones that you can use with this method. We have a link here to show what each instructor has to go through to become an instructor, the instructor certification process. And each different method, you can see whether there's an associated medical component or not. And in Marquette specifically, though, there's some nuance here because there's not an associated medical component, but each instructor is required to be a licensed medical professional. And more physicians are able to use Marquette charts to help direct diagnoses and treatment. And that's the case for, I think, various methods. So just a little idea. And then this is something really unique that we have created here on our website, the Charter Who Loves This method. To just give you, like, as we all know, there's a lot of nuance that goes into using NFP and fertility awareness. We try to capture that as best as we possibly can without, you actually going and trying each individual method before you find the one that fits you best. So each of the, instructors that helped us fill out these different sections describe, based on their experience, these are the charters who love this method. Okay, and here are all the options. Now, underneath here, we have, of course, the symptothermal methods, materials, all of these. We have SymptoPro, Sensiplan, couple-to-couple league, Justice, NFPTA. Same options to access under those different methods. And then on the bottom, mucus-only methods. We have materials or potential materials that you could use. And that for the mucus-only methods, obviously, this is only the option to chart on an app, whether that's Read Your Body or the fertility care app for Creighton, or obviously the paper chart. You're going to get that through the individual methods. And then we have Billings and Creighton down here. And same options to browse through that. Now, you get to the bottom, you're like, where to next? We have some other options to help you in your practice of fertility awareness. Because again, that is our goal as well, not to just give you your options, but to be here for you as you go through the process and know that there are other people just like you. So I hope this was helpful. Please shoot us an email or find us on Instagram if you have any questions. And we hope that you take the time to explore the website on your own and be on the lookout for more episodes like this, where we'll go through different portions of the website to serve you as best as we can. Have a great day.